I've got another great read in order to highlight and celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. This book is called Esperanza Rising by Pam Munoz Ryan. I'm a huge fan of her work. This is one of my tried and true books to honor the Hispanic Latina culture. And it's a historical fiction novel. My fifth graders, I've been reading it seriously the last 5 fifth grades in my classroom. We would read it for snack and read aloud, and my kids would get their snack at their desk, and they would be literally, at their edge of their seats. This book is so well written. What I love about Esperanza Rising, it is a wonderful, cute adolescent named Esperanza. She is in this wonderful ranch in Mexico. Her parents own this beautiful vineyard, and they are of prestige and sustenance. And it shows how Esperanza is in this cultural society where she wants all the fancy dresses. She wants the porcelain dolls. She wants all of these wonderful things. But then tragedy strikes. And now Esperanza has to figure out her own resiliency and her own courage. And I love how this book walks you through it in a way that is the opposite of a person pulling themselves up by their bootstraps and conquering all. It's the opposite of that. And it's the opposite of trying to rebuild something that you thought you once had, but in a new way and in a new environment. Oh, Pam, thank you, my dear. I love how every chapter heading has a little bit of a fruit or a vegetable. For example, for cantaloupes, it's los melones, but the heading ties in with that chapter. Genius, right? And the coolest thing too, she sprinkles in a little bit of Spanish, so then you can really understand the authenticity of Spanish speakers as well. She also gives you these characters that you really are rooting for in the end. Now, I tell you, every time I'd finish a chapter, my students would go, Mrs. Edmunds, no, we got to do one more. And sometimes I'd sneak it in, right before we get to our buses or right before we get ourselves ready to go home. And my fifth grade team for the last few years set up a fifth grade tournament of books. And, kind of like our March Madness in March, we would have a bracket of 16 book titles, and our fifth graders would read these book titles and vote every week to knock off their favorite title. And 3 years ago in our team, shout out to Kathy and Dan, hey, I miss you all, we picked Esperanza Rising 3 years ago as our fifth grade book of the year. So you got fifth grade approval, you've got teacher approval, you've got my approval. Even as an adult, you should read this book because it just gives you that feeling of enjoying historical events and understanding the trials and tribulations people had. So drop in the comments below a favorite Latinx book to honor Hispanic Heritage Month. You will not be disappointed on this book, Esperanza Rising by Pam Munoz Ryan. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.